a second-rate novel, it's just a horror story and nothing more. The novel is much more than that. Obviously it is, or I wouldn't have been working on it for the last 10 years. My name is Elizabeth Miller, and I'm a professor of English at Memorial University of Newfoundland in Canada. Welcome to my castle. They own the little Draculas. Dracula liqueur, produced and bottled in Transylvania. This stuff just drives me berserk. Complete book, it's not a digest. That's a little bit too tacky, I think. This is a good movie. Dracula's daughter? Dracula's daughter. Bats. Bats, bats, bats. Oh, precious stuff. That's the emblem of the Transylvanian Society of Dracula. To the count. Oh. I mean, I can't think of how far back I'd have to go. That there hasn't been something during the day, even if it was just answering a bit of email, that has been connected with Dracula. It's just pretty well taken over my life. During the 18th century, there were a number of vampire sightings throughout Central and Eastern Europe. These were quite fascinating. It was as a result of these vampire sightings that the word vampire entered the English language in 1732. Now, the Renfield syndrome, named after a character in Stoker's novel, is a psychiatric disorder in which the person is obsessed with the drinking of blood and feels convinced that he or she must drink it. And it quite often starts as auto-vampirism. The person will cut themselves and drink their own blood. And then it will advance from that quite often into looking for the blood of other people. Actually, Renfield in the novel is a bug eater. He likes to eat flies and spiders, and then he eats birds. And then he even at one point asks for a cat. Immortality is one of the things about the vampire that fascinates, and of course that's another thing that has interested human beings since the beginning of time. He pollutes the purity of the English woman. He turns that woman into a vampire. Now that can mean a lot of things. It could indicate the fear of female sexuality. Here you have this vampire attacking these pure, virtuous women and turning them into sexually ravenous beasts. I mean, a vampire, after all, carries on an activity of sucking. So it's an easy step to see the whole act of vampirism as a sexual act. The idea of something coming at you with two long fangs. Maybe it's sort of the doubling of the phallic symbol. Sex from the waist up, with no responsibility and no consequences. Yes. What's wrong with being interested in Dracula?
Το πάθος της για το Δράκουλα του Μπραμ Στόκερ έχει κάνει την Elizabeth Miller αυθεντία πάνω στο θέμα.
This was in the New York Times. Yeah, they interviewed me about the connection between vampires and sex. I said I know a lot about one, I don't know much about the other.
Μετά από χρόνια έρευνας και 4 βιβλία, η αποστολή της παραμένει να διαδώσει στον κόσμο την ιστορία του Δράκουλα.
This will be my 8th time going to Romania.
Για την αφοσίωση της αυτή, τιμήθηκε με τον υψηλότερο τίτλο. Βαρώνει της λέσχης του Δράκουλα της Τρανσιλβανίας.
What else would I put in? T-shirts. There's a Transylvanian Society of Dracula. That's the Spanish chapter. Bats. Nosferatu. Playbill for the dramatic reading of Dracula that was done in 1897. Oh, my coffin is coughing.
Σαν βαρώνει, κάνει το ετήσιό της προσκύνημα στην Τρανσιλβανία για να μοιραστεί το πάθος της για το Δράκουλα με τους Ρουμάνους.
I better take the paper I've got to give. I'm giving a lecture. And I think that's one of the things that keeps me at it. Is you can combine your scholarly work with what's essentially a hobby. And how many people can have so much fun with their work? Well, this is it. Transylvania, here I come. For many people, it's a very erotic figure. For many people, it's a horrifying figure. Oh, good to see you.
Hi.
Good to see you.
Please come in. Baroness, this is your home.
Oh, yes.
Η Βαρώνη κατέφθασε. Η Elizabeth Miller από το Newfoundland βρίσκεται στο βασίλειό της, τη Ρουμανία. Εδώ είναι ευγενής, μια Βαρώνη.
Transylvania.
Την τιμούν με εορτασμούς και κάνουν παραστάσεις δρόμου προς τιμήν της. Και τα μίντια την ακολουθούν παντού καθώς περιοδεύει στη γενέτειρα του Δράκουλα.
What I enjoyed most is that I was born here and I left because of the communism and I came back and she taught me more history in one day than I learned in my whole 12 grades in history class. Transylvania.
Well, the land beyond the forest, because that's what it translates
Oh, that's what you mean?
from Latin. You didn't?
No, thank you. Wonderful, accurate. Would you say that was accurate? Accurate information.
Now, but they actually use these grounds for impalements.
Ανάμεσα στις πέτρες, η Βαρόνη ανιχνεύει τα ίχνη του Ρουμάνου κυρίαρχου, του Βλάντ του ανασκολοπιστή.
You're probably standing on a spot where somebody was impaled at some point.
Έτσι μπορεί να ξεσκεπάσει ένα από τα μεγαλύτερα ψέματα που ελέγχθηκαν ποτέ για τον Δράκουλα.
But when they start saying things like that Bram Stoker based the character of Count Dracula on Vlad the Impaler, he didn't.
Please.
But my very feelings changed to repulsion and terror when I saw the whole man slowly emerge from the window and begin to crawl down the castle wall over that dreadful abyss. For many people, it's a very erotic figure. For many people, it's a horrifying figure. For some people, it's the intersection of horror and desire. Face down, with his cloak spreading around him like great wings. We're not supposed to like them, because we're supposed to, maybe it's a rebellion that's going on within ourselves. We just want to just go against the grain, so to speak. At first, I could not believe my eyes. I thought it was some trick of the moonlight, some weird effect of shadow. But I kept looking. One of the interesting things about vampires in the latter part of the 20th century is that they have become not only romanticized, they're almost always handsome. The sort of thing you wouldn't mind coming through your window in the middle of the night. I saw the fingers and toes grasp the corners of the stones, worn clear of the mortar by the stress of years, and by thus using every projection and inequality, move slowly downward, just as a lizard moves along a wall. Well, here I am back in Newfoundland after a wonderful, wonderful trip to Transylvania.
Μετά την ολοκλήρωση της αποστολής της, η Βαρόνη της λέσχης του Δράκουλα της Τρανσιλβανίας επιστρέφει στη δουλειά.
Hello there.
Oh, hello there. And in daylight, too.
No, I thought it was time to come by and get another Dracula movie. I need my weekly fix.
Η μελετήτρια του Δράκουλα και Βαρόνη Ελίζαμπεθ Μίλλερ συνεχίζει να γοητεύεται από τον Δράκουλα.
Pardon me, but your teeth are in my neck.
Και συνεχίζει.
Two fangs down.
Και συνεχίζει.
Not impressed.
Και συνεχίζει.
My Dracula is to be frightening. You know, I think if you make a Dracula too romantic, then I think he loses his ability to scare you. You know, there was a movie called Dracula's Dog. Oh, God, everyone has seen Planet of the Vampires.